Okay, so I wrote about carrier sense multiple access protocols and other forms of CSMAs and how they work. So what a CSMA is that it's a media access control protocol in which a node verifies the absence of other traffic before transmitting on a shared transmission medium, such as an electrical bus or a band of the electromagnetic spectrum. But another way of thinking about this to make it easier is thinking about of how before you cross a road, you look both ways to make sure you don't get hit by anything. Variations of access modes. There are different variations of algorithm CSMA uses to determine whether to initiate the transmission on the shared medium. They range between from how aggressive or non-aggressive they are. Aggressive methods, they begin the transmission a lot more quickly. They run a lot more faster. But yet they utilize a lot more bandwidth and power and are more likely to cause crashes. And non-aggressives being the opposite, being that they usually run slower, use less power, but so they usually run slower, yet they are a lot more consistent and reliable. There are three variations of persistent protocols. One persistent, an aggressive method that consistently runs and transmits when the node and transmission medium is ready. If the transmission medium is busy or idle, then the transmission medium is constantly sent until ready. P persistent has the same process of one persistent, but if the medium is busy or idle, then becomes free. The node transmits with a variable of p, being whether the node transmits or sits in idle and transmits in the next available time slot. O persistent. Each node is assigned a transmission order by a supervisor node. When the medium goes idle, nodes wait for their time slot or coordinates with their assigned transmission order. Now for non-persistent CSMAs. A non-aggressive transmission algorithm when the transmitting node is ready. It senses if the medium is idle or ready. If idle, the transmission occurs. If busy, it waits for a random period of time, then tries again. It is like a lazier version of a one persistent CSMA. There's only one variant of the non-persistent CSMA to my knowledge. And lastly, CSMAs with collision detection. How CSMA CDs work is that it uses carrier sensing to stop transmissions until no other stations are transmitting in the event of a crash. How a collision is detected is by communicating and sensing other transmission stations. Once the collision is detected, all transmissions come to a stop and waits for a random time interval before attempting to resend and start all over again. This method has a notable rise in early Ethernet technology for the local area networking, but later had a downfall due to the growing population of Ethernet switches.